made a career out of running, but he's never been to an Olympics. Pat Farmer has just run through the Middle East for peace, and he is running into Studio 10 right now. But first, take a look at his latest mission.
Athlete, motivational speaker and former Member of Parliament. Pat Farmer has raised millions of dollars for charities such as Lifeline and the Cancer Council in 20 years of running, including his longest run of all, from the North to the South Pole. We first spoke to Pat as he was crossing the Middle East in a bid to inspire peace and tolerance. He ran through Lebanon, Jordan, Palestine and Israel, and now he's running into Studio 10 to share his amazing journey. Please welcome Pat Farmer.
I'm exhausted.
You've certainly got a pace about you. The poor cameraman couldn't keep up with you, Pat.
Yeah, well, you know what? That's a heavy camera he's got there.
That's right. And according to that red line, you actually ran across the Indian Ocean, so that must have been
I did pretty well, yeah. I was looking for a ship while I was out there.
So what a journey you've done.
Yeah, well, it was incredible. I have to say, without a doubt, this was the most significant run that I've ever done in my life. And I've run from North Pole to South Pole. I've run around Australia for our Centenary Federation. I've run across Australia. I've done Great Wall of China, so many other parts of the world. But this, without a doubt, had more meaning than anything I've ever done in my life. And, well, you know...
And why was that?
Well, it's because the connection that I was able to make through my footsteps, bringing these countries together, warring countries. Like Lebanon is against Israel, Israel's against Lebanon at the moment, and why, most people can't understand why. I mean, certainly the people on the ground can't understand why. And of course, Palestine is fighting for their own territories, fighting for their own lands. And Israel and Palestine, the tension there is enormous. And of course,
where
we
are
saw...
you running here?
Oh, this...
Oh.
The picture that we just saw?
Where was that? Where was that?
You went to the...
Oh, there's the wall. See, there's the wall that separates... Yeah, this wall separates Israel from the Palestinian territories. And it's at this wall, just between Bethlehem and Israel... just between Bethlehem and Jerusalem, that the Pope stopped and prayed. And it's at that exactly the same spot just 1 week earlier that I had the guys from Reuters there stop me. There was a lot of press on the other side of the wall as I crossed over from there, from Israel into the Palestinian territories. And they said to me, if you've got a message for the Pope, what would it be? And I said, pray for peace. And lo and behold, the Pope rocks up exactly the same spot, put his head against the wall in exactly the same spot. And he's bringing together the presidents of both the nations together at the Vatican to discuss the peace process.
I heard that this morning. I actually thought, because I thought when I saw you there, obviously very familiar with your work and we've met before, but I thought one bloke just running, what's that going to do? And then I was listening to the radio this morning and I heard that because both the president of Palestine and Israel very quickly accepted the Pope's invitation to come to the
And I'd been working with both of those people. I was at the Perez Peace Centre earlier on. We got some great footage of all of that. That'll come through on a documentary. I've worked, of course, with the Palestinian government as well, and all of the government leaders. But look, the bottom line of the whole situation is you can get the government leaders together to sign a peace treaty, but if the people on the ground don't agree to it, someone's just going to create some violence on the ground, the whole thing's wasted. If you start it from the ground up, as I do, through sport, and all of you guys, you all know, through sport, we can achieve great things. We get countries playing games together, working together. Right. The Olympics is a classic example of all of that, so I took the same analogy with the running. And I've brought those nations closer together from the ground up. Now, if our politicians could work the same way, we can achieve a goal.
Pat Farmer, what an inspirational bloke you are, and you do it all in a pair of fantastic jeans. Thank you for coming in and all that you've done in your running career. It really is an inspiration, Pat. Well, we are back after a very short break with the plan to give poor people discount fines and how foreign investors are taking homes for struggling Aussies. That's next.